Hello. I'm gonna do a review today for a movie that I wouldn't normally do a review for this kind of movie, but it really impressed me, and that movie was Ragamuffin. Now, for those of you who don't know, Ragamuffin is a true story of Rich Mullins. If you don't know who Rich Mullins was, he was a big Christian singer back in like the late 80s, early 90s. He got up there. He got pretty famous. If you've ever heard the song "Awesome God," then you know who Rich Mullins is because he's the one that wrote that song. And I'll admit, I didn't know a lot about Rich Mullins other than the fact that he wrote "Awesome God" and a few other good songs that I liked. But I didn't know a whole lot about him until this movie came out. And after watching this movie, I gotta say, I know a lot more about him now, and the guy was awesome. I mean, I never knew how much I had in common with Rich Mullins. I mean, he was kind of in the spotlight for a while. Everyone was looking up to him as a Christian. He was an alcoholic for a while. He smoked, he cussed. He wasn't the perfect idealism of what Christianity should be. What the big churches say Christianity should be. The suit and tie. Go sit in your pew every Sunday, every Wednesday. Follow the Bible to the letter. He wasn't one of those Christians, which I'm not either. I mean, I am a Christian. I do believe in God and everything, but and what I've come to as I am, he was a ragamuffin, which basically is a Christian who is aware of their brokenness. They're aware that they're not perfect. They're aware that they are not what the standard of Christianity is supposed to be, but they still love God. They still trust in God. They still believe in God. They still call out to God. And no matter how many times they may stray away from the Word of God, they always come back. And that's what he was. Is that he wasn't like, okay, I like Stephen Chris Chapman and Michael W. Smith and all those other contemporary Christian artists, but I can't really connect to any of them because all of them, they're such a higher level of Christianity than I'll ever be on. They're one of the people who are in the Word all the time. Come to trust God completely. They're on a level of Christianity I could connect to. Rich Mullins, on the other hand, he's exactly the kind of Christian that I am. And I think it's great that someone out there had the same faith that I do, pretty much. And I thought it was awesome to see. And the movie is itself, I'm not going to lie, it wasn't fantastic. I mean, the acting could have been a lot better. The setup could have been better. The dialogue could have been better. It's a Christian movie, so what are you really expecting? But for being what it is, I actually enjoyed it, and I enjoyed learning a lot of stuff about Rich Mullins that I didn't know. He's more than just the guy that wrote Awesome God. He had a lot more songs, and actually the best part of his ministry, the Ragamuffin songs, all that came long after he wrote Awesome God. So yeah, I thought the whole movie was going to be centered around just him writing that one song. That's what it was going to be, but no, it took a detailed look at his life and how he grew up and how he came to be where he was, and I thought it was wonderful. I loved it. I love seeing that transition. I love seeing him go from being, just a kid in Bible college who was a little rebellious to, again, he was trying to make music, and the record company was like, your songs are too sad, your songs are too depressing. He's like, try to write some happy lyrics, try to be happy. He was like, but I'm not happy. I'm not trying to get ratings. I'm not trying to sell music. I'm not trying to whatever. I simply want the truth out there. I mean, nowadays we take that for granted. Because then you got bands like Skillet and Dust of a Crutch and We As Human and Flyleaf and Red and all these other Christian bands that can pretty much sing about whatever they want Christian-wise, and it's widely accepted and it's appreciated and celebrated. Back then, they wanted everything to be upbeat and positive, and that's all they wanted. What was popular at the time, was just songs that were just upbeat and happy. Songs that you could sing in church. But he's like, I don't care if you'll sing this in church. I'm not trying to get popular. I'm not trying to be a Christian pop star. I want my truth, my message, God's message, to be out there. So he was a rebellious singer and songwriter. He wasn't the perfect Christian by any means. He struggled with alcoholism. He struggled with smoking. He struggled with cussing. I had a lot more in common with him than I ever thought I did. And now I wish I would have known more about him when he was alive. Because when he was alive, like I said, I was a kid at the time, so all I knew is that he was a guy who wrote Awesome God. But I can't help feeling that if he was alive now, I would be downloading music all the time, and I'd be watching all his videos, I'd be following him. Because he's the kind of Christian that needs to be making music. As a whole, the movie was good. It's definitely worth a watch. If you're like me, and all you know about Rich Mullins is that he wrote the Awesome God song, maybe a couple other songs here and there, and you just know that he's dead, watch this movie. It will open your eyes as to just what his ministry was all about, how he spoke out for the Christian outcasts, which is what I very much see myself as. And just give it a shot. That's all I can tell you. Download it, whatever. If you want to know more about Rich Mullins, or if you just want to see a good Christian movie, definitely check out Ragamuffin. Alright, I said this isn't the kind of movie I normally review, but I gotta give this one props. It surprised me. Alright, and that's my review of Ragamuffin, the Rich Mullins story. And I'll be coming at you with another review soon.